Hello, good evening everyone. This is Angela from Creative Crafting, and this is the second video in the Imagine series for beginners. Tonight we're going to go over a couple things. We're going to insert an Imagine cartridge, and then we're going to go through the layers and coloring and some basic things like that. We're going to start with this now. I've got the Imagine in full view so you can see everything. You can see the blade housing, just the display, and where you insert the mats, and then you can see the rollers here, and this is just how this is the carrier that carries it back and forth. And also this is a plate, because when the Imagine goes through and back out once it prints, it likes to shoot to the floor. But if you have this open, normally you can control it and it won't shoot on the floor, especially if you're standing right next to it. So let's start by turning it on. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it really close so you can see everything, because I'm one of those people that have to see everything. Alright, here we go. Let's get over here a little bit. There we go. You won't need to see the bottom really, because we're not going to be cutting or printing anything today. We're just going to do some designing on here and see what we see. Alright, sorry about the shake. Alright, we're going to turn it on. And by the way, this is the stylus that comes with it. It's just a little plastic stylus, but you can also use your gypsy stylus too for this. It works just fine. Or your finger. I've done that before many times myself. Alright, and here's our main menu. This is our print and cut, like we talked about before. This is the settings. This is your print paper if you want to print full sheets of paper. And then this is about. If you click on this, just so you can see, if you click, it tells you what version you're running, so you know if you're up to date. And if you go to Cricut.com/Imagine, you can go there and it will tell you what is the latest version of the latest update that you have. And then the other button is just your warranty information. Then up here, we'll just close this window. Alright? And then now we're going to, normally when I do my Imagine cuts or anything with Imagine, I always get to the main screen before I insert a cartridge or do anything else. So let's do that first. We're going to hit print and cut, because that's what we're going to do when we get there, print and cut. And I'm going to use, today we are going to be playing with Better Together cartridge. I thought it was real good because it's kind of springy, kind of fun. So here's the cartridge. It's very small, not very large, and there's actually, this is a light. When you plug it into the Imagine, it turns green. So let's go ahead and insert the cartridge. You insert it right here on the left. Alright, and it is loading. Let's move this up just a little bit so you can see very closely. Zoom in a little more. Okay, there we go. Alright, now the cartridge is loaded. Alright, and this tells us we're using the Imagine cartridge. That's telling us this is where we're at. If we go back here, like we showed in the other video, it's going to take you back to the stock images. And if we will be to click over here, we don't have anything in the classic cartridge. But if we were to click there, then we could toggle back and forth between the Imagine, the stock images, and the classic cartridges. So you can intermix on your mat and use elements from all three at the same time, which makes this machine so much more fun. Alright, so we're going to click the Imagine cartridge. And we're just going to scroll through the images and see what's on here. This has some really cute images. I love this bird image. This you could use for a card front. This one you could do for any kind. You could use it for kitchen, anything you're going to do for kitchen. Maybe a recipe card or any kind of birthday. If you had like a cake thing you use with the Yummy cartridge or something, you could do that. So we're just going to scroll over and see what's on here. And then you just got some more font stuff. Cupcakes. Let's see. More cupcakes. And then the tree with the bird. And then if you go along, the fonts, all the sayings go with the pictures. So you kind of get a good idea of, you know, of what this cartridge is about. Alright, and there's a little bear. Let's see. And then some toast. You could use that fork and spoon one with the toast one. That would be really cute. And then a foam. Just different images for us to use. We're going to pick one and one that's probably pretty simple, so there's not too much to do with it since I don't have a lot of time on my YouTube yet, but we'll see what happens. All right, so let's start with, let's see, we'll start with this, with our cup of coffee. So what you do is you tap on it, just like I did before, and then what you're going to want to do is, if you're going to add this as your image that you're going to use, you're going to click the plus button right here. All right, now that image has been added for you to design with. So what I normally do is I click on it and then use this pencil. When you click the pencil, you can edit. You can do colors, you can change, you can do, that's where you can put your layering in and all that stuff. And then these little two boxes are down here. If you click that, let's go ahead and do that. If you click that again, it's a copy feature. So you can do the image more than once. If you were doing several cards, then that's something you could do with that. So we're just going to backspace that one out. And we're going to click on this here. Hello. I must not have did it. There we go. Click our pencil. And you can see it's loading. Okay, so now what you're going to do is, if you click this image, this is all you're going to get. You're not going to have any layering with that. So if you click this here, then it's going to put all the layers on there. So if we go ahead and do that, let's go ahead and click apply so you can see that. Okay, and then now what it did is it put the cup, the saucer, the spoon, and then the little steam on the top. So now it's not going to cut the eyes separate. It's not going to cut any of the flowers separate. So and now you can change each element of this design. So let's go ahead and click on the cup. Gotta click right on there. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to click edit. Okay, now what we can do is we can go in here, we can change the colors. If we go in here and change a background color, it's going to fill it in and cover the whole thing up. So say if we pick this right here, you see it takes the eyes out, it takes everything out. All you're going to get is the cup. So if you didn't want the eyes and all the little flowers and stuff and you just wanted the cup, you could use all of these images come with this cartridge. If you scroll to the right with any Cricut Imagine cartridge, you're going to get all the colors that relate to this cartridge. So they're all color coordinating. If you look here, on the back of the Imagine box, it's going to show you what the color palette is for this cartridge. Okay? All right, so we're going to click right here because we want to undo that. So now we're back to where we started. So then we're going to size this. So if we look right here, relative and true sizing. Relative size, once you click relative size, let me zoom in so you can see that a little bit closer so you can see what we're looking at there, okay? All right, let this thing focus for us. Let's go out just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so when we're looking at relative size and true size, so we've got 4 images that we're working with: the cup, the saucer, the steam, and the spoon. So if we have this highlighted, relative, if we size this at 5 inches, all of the other elements are going to be coordinating sizes to that, just like on your expression. If we click true size and we click, say we want to make this 5 inches, then every element is going to be exactly 5 inches. It's just like the real dial size on the expression. So, normally if you're putting a card together, you're not going to want each thing 5 inches. You're going to want it to coordinate. So I almost always keep this on relative sizing. So let's go ahead and make this about 4.5 inches. All right. Then we're going to click apply. Okay. Now if we go and click this one and hit edit, it's loading, going there. Now what you see right there, it made that true size 0.5. So now your saucer is going to be 4.5 inches, or I'm sorry, 0.5 inches, and your saucer is going to be 4.5 inches. So it coordinated exactly, it thought for you. You did not have to think about anything. The Imagine has done it for you. So everything will be sized together just like it should be. All right, zoom back out. Okay, then, so it did it for us. Click apply. And now all of our items, they are all coordinated now. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to edit this and change the color of my spoon. I'm going to make it pink like the rest of the items. And I want to choose something in the coordinating color pattern for this cartridge. So I'm going to do a solid. Let's see what color pinks we have. What about this one? I think that'll look good. I like pink, so there we go. Now it's pink. And I'm going to change the steam to, these are just my colors. I'm going to change it to a dark brown that's on this cartridge. Or I should say a darker brown. I like this one. There we go. And we'll click apply on that. Okay, so now what we've done is we've taken an image, we've sized it, and we've changed colors. And with Imagine, everything is thought out for you. There's really nothing additional that you have to do when you're just working with an Imagine cartridge. So that's all the things we're going to go over for today. And then in our next video, what we're going to do is we're going to take another Imagine cartridge, and I'm going to put a classic cartridge in here, show you how to load it, and then show you how to color those images. And then maybe in the following video, we'll mix and match, and you can see everything on the mat. Now, the one thing is, when you hit next here, it's going to take you to your mat. And if you look at that, you can see the cup is larger than the saucer, and everything is size coordinated. And that's all you have to do. Let's just take a quick minute though and look at this. Here's your multi-cut, your speed, and your pressure. You can still do it on the blade too. You still need to do that, but this is all your coordinating cutting features that you would need. And this tells you the width of your paper and the height. So if you wanted to put an 8.5 by 11 sheet on here, we could go width and do our 8.5 by 11. So let's go 8.5. Oops. And then go 11. Right there. And there's your 8.5, 11. And now it's going to put your images. Let me zoom in on that for you. It's going to put your images on 8.5 by 11. So it's no longer thinking, oops, sorry. It's no longer thinking that it's 12 by 12. It's thinking 8.5 and 11. So any images that you put on there are going to fit on this sheet of paper. It's not going to try to go outside of that white line. Okay? And then here's our, let me see, can you see that still? No, let's zoom back out on that. Okay. And then here's your fit to page and your autofill. And then now you've got, someone had asked me a question about art quantity and project quantity. When you have art quantity, it's going to take one image and make multiples of it, how many ever you tell it to. So here's a scroll button up, how many more. One obviously is the least, and then you would go up from that. If you do project quantity, if we click project quantity, it's going to then do the whole project twice. So whatever we put on there, it's going to do the cup again, the saucer again, the spoon again, and the steam again. So that someone had a question about that. So if you do that, then it's going to do it twice when you go to cut. All right. So we can go, and if we would hit next right here, then it would tell us that put your paper in and we're ready to go. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm going to try to have this posted by Tuesday morning for you. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below this video, and I'll try to answer them as much as I can. I promise I'll try to be faster with the next video. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.